What is happening, everybody? Noob Get Good here, and welcome to the Starforge Showdown event, which is the Darth Malak event. I'm going to showcase the light side and dark side battles, and I'm going to start with the easiest one, which is dark side. So the things you need to know here, as I go through this battle, I'll explain it as well, is you only really need Darth Revan geared up. But even then, as long as you hit the power requirements for this battle, it should be relatively easy, even without optimal mods. Now, why is that the case? You literally just need to get through sort of the first sort of droids, and as you start killing droids and the Jedi in this battle, what will happen is Darth Revan will start getting extra stacks of ferocity. So at the moment he's got 10. But as you see now, he's got an additional 3 locked against him. And no matter what you do, they will just keep building and building and building. And Darth Revan's damage will just keep going up and up and up and up. So if you are struggling in this dark side battle, what I highly recommend is you just do not attack. Don't do any AoEs like I've just done there with HK. You literally just attack everything but Malak. Optimally, you're going to need Zetas on these guys. Just hit the power requirements. You're going to need the Omega. And I think it's the Omega on Darth Revan's basic that puts a buff immunity on Malak. And it's really imperative if you're struggling with this to make sure he has buff immunity on at all times. Because that just helps stop the taunt, which means you have to damage Darth Malak. Now, there's a couple of things I did completely and utterly wrong in this battle. This is my sort of free-to-play alternate account. All of these characters are done completely and utterly free-to-play. I've had this account for about 2 years, so I've got my normal account, which I have spent money on. I would be doing my Wat Tambor missions and stuff like that without them. I'm doing that, of course. But this is my purely free-to-play account, and I do make some mistakes on this. So I do have a Gear 13 Bastilla. I do showcase that at the end of this battle. But I use too many AoEs hitting across everyone because you then get feared and stuff like that. So do make the mistakes. But if you're going to make mistakes, this side is, or the dark side is the one you can make them on because of just how things go. So as you can see now, I've got 21 Frosties on Darth Revan, and by this point you'll have probably seen his damage is going up. So I will do an AoE potentially. Nope. Excellent. Up to 24. But again, I didn't get the buff immunity, so I should have probably hit the other side. I didn't need to kill that Jedi at that point. So yeah, it just brings his health down, and you'll see why in a minute why that's a problem. So again, just keep building that Frosty up, the locked Frosty up. And you shouldn't have too much of time. Now, because I kept buff immunity off, he got a taunt, which meant he went below 50% health, and he got his buff. Now, that's not so bad for this side. When we come to do the light side battle, it's another kettle of fish. So at this point, I should just be taking down the Jedi. I don't know why I'm hitting Malak. Apologies for the pop-up that you will see. So again, just working on that ferocity. Shouldn't be doing an AoE there because it's taking him under half health because of the damage that Jedi Revan can do, and that's why Carth has just died. Purely my fault. Shouldn't be doing that. HK's not looking so good. But at this point, it's now just unleashing. I've got 39 stacks. I think I end up with 45 at the end. It's a very, very simple battle. But if you are struggling, again, just don't do what I did. Stay away from all AoEs whatsoever, including Darth Revan's, and just work on the Jedi, work on the droids, kill them, get them down, keep buff immunity on Darth Malak, and then, yeah, Darth Revan, sorry, will just literally plow straight through him. So yeah, that is dark side done. I'll quickly run through the gear and the mods. just so you get a picture of what you are. Obviously, there is a minimum power requirement for this, so you're going to have somewhere, you know, you're not going to underlevel this. You have to have that minimum power level. And scroll down to Sith Empire and Darth Revan. As you see there, gear 12 plus, all the 5 pieces. You can do this probably at base gear 12 as long as you go over. That takes you over the power, which it will do for Revan completely. Gear 13 Bastila Shan. That's just because I have her for my arena. Again, you do not need that as long as she literally is at the minimum threshold for the power. That's fine. You don't even have to use her. You can use Jahani if really needed. Why would you gear Jahani up? That's a different question. And then we'll go to the Old Republic and you see Candrass and Karth. I couldn't find Karth. And again, he's only got pieces on to get him up over that threshold. But nothing special. Darth Revan is the main guy for this. A few issues finding Karth. I can't see him. There he is. So next on the list will be the light side battle, and I'll talk to you when that starts. Okay, onto the light side. I don't have T3 for this battle, so I am using Jedi Revan, Bastila Shan, Mission, Zalbar, Jolie. Mission has her Zeta on this. Highly recommend it for this battle. And this battle that I'm showcasing is particularly long. So, good thing about this is how I have done it is make sure that you put the blind. Don't direct focus down on one of the droids initially. Just hit it with Jedi Revan, and then go and put the blind on Mission onto Darth Malak. That will in turn fear her, so that you can open up with Zalbar on an armor shred and not get the call to assist. Now, the Zeta is the call to assist, and that helps immensely setting up this team or up this battle. Now, what I should be doing, and that I don't do in this whole battle, because this was probably the 20th attempt. Again, this is my free-to-play account, so they're not geared 13s or anything, or you know, some of them aren't even gear 12s. I should be armor shredding these 2 droids. Again, the reason why you'd want to do that is purely to make sure you can burn these things down as quickly as possible. The main difference between these guys and the dark side is damage output. We had Darth Revan pouring out damage like he had, you know, for fun. Don't have that damage output on this one, but we do have armor shreds to help reduce defense. And there's times you'll get stuck behind a droid that has defense up, and if you don't have armor shred, they really do take a lot of punishment before they die. So what I'd highly recommend is armor shred probably once or twice onto the droids, and then start going after Malak with his armor shredding, because you can, if you've got armor shred on the droids, you can keep them nicely under control, meaning you can kill them pretty quickly, and that means you can keep the stacks of that skull down below 30 at a controllable manner. And at the time of me recording this and talking about this, I'm currently trying to do this exact battle, but taking out Bastila Shan and having T3M4 in there, purely because there's a title for that. And I was hoping to have this out with that at the end. Unfortunately, I'm struggling. I can get down to just Malak on his own, but he just whomps through me on my actual main account. So yeah, for this battle, yeah, it's all about controlling the droids, getting the droids down very quickly. For instance, I've just hit there for 9,000 on a crit. My main account mission hits for 20k. So yeah, that's the difference that we're looking at. And again, there is no other sort of tips and tricks. There is no way of putting buff immunity on Malak without hitting him. You can do that with Bastila Shan's second special, the one that clears the taunt. It also can then put buff immunity on. But the problem with doing that is you're actually then putting down damage on Malak and getting him closer to that 50% threshold, where he'll start eating the Jedi, and you don't want that. So as you've probably seen a couple of times in this battle, I have blinded Malak and then gone in and done an armor shred behind on with Zalbar, and that is what you want to do. Ideally, if you can get it up to, you know, 5 stacks, then, you know, you are going to make it a lot easier for when you get to just Malak by himself and need to burn him down. Other things to sort of note at the moment for this battle is you can't counterattack him. So even though you've got battle meditation on, you can't. Right, it doesn't mean you're going to get the counterattacks, and they won't counterattack until all of the Jedi are down. So don't rely on that to kill things, and that's actually quite good because you don't want to be counterattacking at this stage, because you'll just take Malak down to half health and you'll kill a Jedi. So at this stage, I've focused down one of the Jedi to red health. I'm going to leave him at that. And the name of the game for this battle really is keeping that sort of enrage down as much as you can. Work on the droids. Build up an armor shred for Zalbar. Use that on Malak. If you've got the damage to not need it on the droids, like my main, I didn't need to armor shred the droids because they're just enough damage to get rid of him. Yeah, and then work on the Jedi, and then you'll see the method shortly for clearing out all of the Jedi. So I've had a couple of people in my guild also reach out to me saying, how are you controlling Malak when he's taunting? There's no reliable way of putting buff immunity on Malak. How are you going about dealing with taunt? Now there is a couple of ways round. You can direct, if you have got actually easy, if you've got lower damage output, you can direct focus on one of the side droids, and that'll put force mark on, so you can get round taunt that way if it's up. But the other more reliable way for this is actually to have specials on cooldown for Jolie for mission. Unfortunately, Ambassador Shan can't, but don't really have too many times where she is gone and Malak's been taunting. So I can see here street smarts that I've got up. That puts blind on, but it also is a non-attacking ability. So if he's taunting and she's ready to rock and roll, what I will do, and that's a poor move for my behalf there of armor shredding when she's not blinded or feared, but is if he's taunting and a mission's got there, what you want to have actually is that street smarts available, so you don't have to attack, so you're not bringing down closer to his half health. You just use the special that's non-attacking. Thank you very much. There's a taunt, and Malak gets a lot of turns. He's got very, very quick speed, so it's likely only you'll have one character go or move before he then takes a move, or worst case 2. So if you've got a mission then a Jolie, and they've got their 2 non-attacking specials off cooldown, you go boop, boop, there we go, haven't attacked him, taunt has come off, and you can go ahead and concentrate on the side Jedi or the droids. Again, if Jedi Revan is there, you want to keep his direct focus really for getting around taunt as well. It's another way out, and that's what I'd recommend if you can't get around taunt. In that instance you saw there, I was stuck behind the taunt with Zalbar. He doesn't have one of them. He had an armor shred up, and I used his armor shred. Unfortunately, I don't think it's stuck. And then I've had a problem where it's put him under the 50% health, and then he has absorbed 2 actually of the buffs. So he's now, he can't be. He's got tenacity up, and he's also got the ability that gives more stacks of his closer to enrage. So I'm actually sat there thinking at this point, this is a really bad run. I'm gonna probably need to redo it again, but you know, we're close. But we get there. I won't be showing this this one if it wasn't the successful run. So at this point, again, to get the Jedi down, I'm not as overly concerned now about his health, purely because I can stop again at 50%. Got his armor shred up, gets it to 4. Yes, Zalbar and Mission get feared, but that extra armor shred is really good. Ideally, I would have preferred another one before, you know, you get into this sort of last stage, and this is the last stage that I call it, where there's no more Jedi. And at this stage, what I should have done there is actually called Mission to assist. It'd have taken off his stun, and what's her fruit? Should have gone to Zalbar. Mission would then come back in as well for the extra assist. So yeah, he pulls back his health very, very shortly. So I think it's on a really tight cooldown. But at this point, I've got it in red, and it's like, please just don't hit me, and down he goes. So yeah, it's getting the armor shred up. If you can get him down quite a good bit of health with a direct focus or a Zalbar Mission double whammy off a Jolie, to push that down under the 50% health, then yeah, that is what you want to do. But rest of the video will just be the mods on of the light side that I've done. So my name is Paul, aka Noob Get Good. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll hopefully try and get a T3 run of Malak up shortly, if I can get it done at all.